once again on October 23rd, 2020 with Cross Knights and Taz. I think I'm replaying. Oh, Cross, are you talking?
You put in the headphones.
You hear me now?
Okay, yeah. I can hear you now. God, that's a great intro.
That was the best opening that has ever happened.
Anyway,
so.
How's it going? How is your new mic? Did you just take it out because you're like, oh god, everything?
I plugged in my headphone to try to be a professional so there wasn't echo coming from my computer, and I guess it just turned off my mic.
Maybe I tried using some other type of mic.
Yep, probably one that doesn't exist.
Probably. But
I got confused because I thought you were playing the old intros like he still has it, and then I was like, wait, you're just talking.
Has my voice not changed since then? I would hope it would.
No.
Actually, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, no, your voice turned into a super deep, like, adult 40-year-old at 15, and it stayed there. Like, I don't know where it could go from here.
I just need to smoke 12 packs of cigarettes a day, and then it'll get deeper.
It would get more you'd be more like, you'd get more Batman-y. I don't suggest it, though.
I don't really want that. Hey, Taz, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Nice. I'm trying to get to the creator dashboard. This was a little bit slapdash. I just asked you the last couple hours, Taz, so thank you so much for coming onto the podcast here.
Sure.
I've been trying to get better at telling people sooner, so I give Cross like a 12-hour notice.
Give me a 2-hour notice.
Yeah.
And I thought about denying it just because, there's a meme going on just between us that it's a yearly podcast, and this is the first time we violated that in 3 years, I think.
But yeah, we're breaking the conditioning here. We're even streaming to the right Twitch channel. It's wonderful.
You're prepared.
Yeah. So how you guys doing? How you been? I've just been working, and that's pretty much it. Just working and trying not to go insane during this COVID pandemic.
Participating in a sitcom that is your life.
It really, I don't know what the last episode of the sitcom My Life was last time I ended this, but I stopped going to bowling if I had mentioned that, although I don't know if...
No, there's no way we mentioned any of that during the podcast. Yeah. I didn't even know your sitcom was, or your life was a sitcom back then. I don't know if we should describe the intimate details of Cube's life online, but like every week he just comes back and he's just like, I got a date with 2 girls at a restaurant, but one of them thinks I'm an astronaut. And I'm like, all right, well, that's
I must not have forgotten that one.
All right, well, it's just an example. There's things almost as ridiculous.
Right. No, I get you, though. It's insane. Comes with a bit of stress, too, but maybe in like 20 years I'll be able to write a book about it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If I remember any of it.
Just write the script for
any Cube stacked life. But yeah, I guess what's changed is that 203 and I we bought a van, and the hope is to set up the van, and then we hope to live in the van because we've lived in the we've lived in 203's house, like her parents' house. Wow, I can't think words. We lived in her parents' house for like over a year now, and it was only supposed to be for a few months. So, and we can't find a place in our hometown because it's been like gentrified to like holy hell. So we're thinking maybe we'll travel around the country in a van that hopefully won't break down. We hopefully won't get robbed by brigands. But we're gonna try it, and we think we have the right van. But we have to get it up to inspection code, and if we do that, then we're going to do things like put a bed in there and like set it up to be livable. And we were hoping to be out by like before it got cold here, because upstate New York gets stupidly cold. If we could just like dodge it by going to another state, that would have been great.
I think she was talking about insulating the van or something like that, but you'd have to do some shenanigans for that.
Yeah, but then you're still living in the the frigid wastelands of upstate New York during winter.
You open up
and you just go to downstate.
You're gonna get some drafts, I'm sure.
Well, but there's also snow. Snow's the problem, and like we don't live in a city like you guys. Sometimes, like if it snows, you like just can't go anywhere for a bit because they don't plow the roads well enough.
Make it out there, I guess.
Yeah, there's sometimes it takes a bit, and sometimes if you depending on your cards, you're not going to be okay. So
Are you telling me they don't just salt the earth out there?
no, they don't just salt the earth.
they do out here. They just like fucking put
Just
down
dump
salt.
all the fields.
That'll keep the snow off.
I mean, they do, but it's not as immediate. I'm sure like snow happens there, and it just immediately is gone because they know it and they don't want to shut down the lives of a million people.
Yeah.
Here it's like whatever. Granny can't get to the grocery store for a few hours. Too bad.
People get paid to do that, so
Mm.
better get done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's gonna be riots in the snow-covered streets.
Yeah.
Well, how is that going along well? Because we were also gonna try to make it out to maybe hang out with Gary Juststad at some
Yeah,
point.
we were hoping to do that before like Lucas's birthday and whatnot, but we're still not even close to
COVID
being done.
didn't help,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I honestly, if it wasn't for COVID, we might have just I mean, if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't be living with 203's parents. She'd still have a job. We'd have a decent amount of money. We probably wouldn't be thinking about living in a van because we could have afforded a place here. Not much, but we probably could have found some place.
You guys were thinking about moving into some sort of place in like downtown or something.
Yeah, there was one place that was rented. It was still like 12,000, which is an insanely large amount for what it was offering. But like for this area, that was a good price. But COVID happened, and I think the landlord had some type of early onset dementia. So we stopped then. He forgot things that he told us. One time he was like, "Let me show you the garage," and then he was like, "So my memory's going a bit. Where were we going?" And we were just walking around the house. So we're like, might not be the best landlord to be in charge of the house. So
yeah, he dodged a bullet. That's all right.
Probably.
That's all good.
Mm-hmm.
You doing anything for Halloween, guys?
We got plans.
Halloween
We just don't know if they're gonna work.
But...
Put no solicitor sign on door.
No COVID sign.
Well, our plan, and we already have them, is to get a bunch of plague doctor masks.
Oh yeah.
Get about 7 people. Walk around town. Plague doctors.
It's not a bad idea.
Put some rats on leashes.
Oh man, we should have workshopped this. That would have been good. One of those like the stiff leashes that makes it look like it's pulling it. That would have been good. We could. Oh god, and we all could have had rats in front. Oh yeah, that would have been good. It's too late for that now. Though. I don't want. I don't want to go order a bunch of fake rats.
So you guys gonna like go out for Halloween then?
Well, here's one of two things because we live in a college town. Okay. Either it's going to be ridiculous and there's going to be people everywhere, and most of them are not going to be wearing masks. And in that case, we're just going to leave and not be around anyone because that's dangerous. 2, it's going to be a ghost town because everyone's going to be hiding. That could happen. That's less likely though. I think the bars are going to be open.
It's more likely that everybody's going to be out. I believe.
You can spook
yes, because this is a full moon on a Saturday, Halloween. That hasn't happened in so long, and freaking COVID happens. But what we usually do is we go to our friend's metal show outside and listen to it. There's about a 30% chance, like based on past shows, that it gets shut down by the cops. It is possible because of COVID, it will get shut down like immediately if too many people are there. It's less likely though to get shut down if like town is like alive and popping. But like if no one's on the street and then there's just a metal show and then there's just like 15 people in front of a house, probably shut down almost immediately. But if that happens, we don't have any contingency plan. We're not going to go in any houses. So
I generally try to avoid the interiors of places. I'm going to this like haunted maze thing tonight for Halloween with a few friends, but I'm really hoping they avoid interiors like as much as possible.
Ooh, one of the scares is gonna be a bunch of people without masks just coughing on you.
Oh my god!
You'd be scared, right?
Before they could grab you and like grab you by the shoulders and shake you, but they said that
it's worse than zombies.
Now they just cough. It's gonna be a bunch of coughing zombies.
Oh, there was a CDC study that went through that showed that COVID can get past even in brief interactions. So which makes sense.
But it's way worse inside than outside.
Exactly, because you don't have any airflow or anything like that.
Yeah, and masks help a lot, but both people need to be wearing a mask. If it's only one, it's hardly does anything.
We have fucking customers at work who just don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. I have friends who are like super asthmatic and they can wear a mask just fine outside and work and all that shit. But
I mean, when I shop, I'm wearing a mask, and I will say if it takes like over half an hour, I do start to get lightheaded. So I don't know if I'm wearing the mask wrong or something, but like it is a bit rough.
It fogs up my glasses.
Yes, that is
see.
terrible. I have this really cool mask that kind of looks like a ninja mask, and I can't wear it because I just go blind. Like, there's no way I can wear it. My glasses don't instantly fog up. So.
Oh, you can probably get all your stuff and get out of the store in 30 minutes, though, right?
You'd think so. But it tends to not happen that way.
I spend upwards of like 2 hours with a customer sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen old people be able to keep a mask on.
Yeah.
Even though they, you know, they're old.
Mm-hmm.
It's retail is kind of breaking me though with the pandemic lately. Just
Well, how long has it been? Like 4 years?
It feels like it. Fuck, it's been 7 months I think since the pandemic has really kicked off.
Oh, I meant since you started working retail.
Oh, about 3.5, almost 4. Yeah.
Yep. That's about what it's about when it got to me. It was about 4 years of dishwashing.
Yeah, it just eats away at your soul.
Mm.
That's okay though.
Well,
I
just looked at the
friends.
dishwasher and didn't think I was much different than it. And that.
Did you ever want to become one with the dishwasher and fulfill the cycle that your teacher told you not to step into the dishwasher?
They did tell us not to step in the dishwasher. Apparently, someone in the company died from doing that.
Did we talk about this on the podcast?
We might have. We might have talked about this exact thing.
I think so. I would want to circle it around, you know, wrap it
in
back.
April or whatever. I mean, it says 7 months ago. That was a while ago.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a bit, and all that's changed is that we've added spooky to the waiting queue background, and there's a spider.
There's a pumpkin and a ghost, and you did a lot. Actually, this is a lot
Look
of
how spooky that ghost is, though.
It's the spooky queue.
Yeah. He's got like 4 frames of animation of spookiness.
Ooh.
No,
1 frame per second.
It's been crazy. I've been trying to hang out with friends more, but that's kind of hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you work 40 hours a week. What's up?
Especially when your life is a sitcom. All your friends are zany characters in that sitcom.
When friends get into like interpersonal politics and start hating each other, and you gotta like fight against that, it's just one of the worst things. I hate it. Like, no, I don't like that person because of this reason. And you're like, God damn it.
And that almost always happens. And usually people start sleeping with each other, and then they break up.
Oh.
And then
that's why I like making friendships with couples, because they're already taken, and you don't have to worry about them starting to fuck each other. Just wanting to fuck you.
But what if they break up? Then you got to choose sides.
I mean, you don't. And if they
you
make you
don't.
try, then you're just like, fuck you.
Yeah, that often happens though, where like a couple will they're like, Benjamin is mine, and then like they get Benjamin in the divorce, and then the other person can't see them. It happens.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Custody over friends.
Yeah, it's like I get him, and you get her, and we can share. We can like visit the other like on the weekends. You can get Benjamin, I guess.
Mom,
but not during the week.
Dad, does this mean I get 2 Christmases?
So it works.
I shouldn't make fun of that. I didn't go through a divorce thing. I just didn't have my father. Anyway, moving on.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's all right.
But yeah, I've there's been a few contentious friend breakups that have caused issues. Usually it's it hasn't been too bad. It's usually it's an issue if you were friends with both of them and then they started going out. Then like they don't want to. They were part of your friend group and now you can't invite both of them.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, because they broke up and they hate each other, so you don't want them both at your party
I thought
because
you
it's
meant
awkward.
like they both go to the same group and then they hook up and then they can't go because they're spending time with each other.
Well, yeah, it happens. Sometimes, sometimes you have deep hatreds of your former friends, and then you have to remember who hates you, who hates who, and not invite them to places because it will be really awkward.
That first part is pretty important too, though.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty awkward. Like, hey, you want to come out to this? And they're like, fuck you. I don't like you. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be different.
But no, it's the worst thing about getting to know new people is watching everything slowly evolve. But it's also beautiful because what if one of them gets pregnant? Like, one of my friends recently told me that she was pregnant, and I was like, oh man, I'm finally entering that stage of life.
Oh
Everybody's
God,
gonna have
yeah.
to start just having kids.
My Facebook is just nothing but babies. It's babies everywhere. It's popping out, invading.
That's incredible, though.
Yeah. Babies. What are they good for?
I'm just trying to avoid bad situations and just live my life as the happy Midwestern boy that I was born to be. How's your Northeastern shenanigans going up in New York?
There's a second wave of outbreaks.
Cool.
The college that was close to the one where 203 and I used to live has been closed down due to the massive amount of COVID outbreaks.
That's not good.
The college in my town recently said that 2 staffers had it. The entire town is being invaded by people from New York City and New Jersey. There's a voting thing to protect like the waters and nature here, and people are voting no because they don't want their property tax to increase a tiny bit. So I'm worried they're just going to bulldoze all the woods. Oh. And I mean, we're not on fire. There we go. I can say a positive thing. We're not on fire like Colorado. So that's cool.
Yet.
Yeah. Yes. If the winds just blow east a bit more.
Oh God, that means they'll go through us.
Uh-oh.
It spread from Australia to California. It went through the water.
Oh no, the ocean's on fire. Oh God.
All of America is just on fire.
There's just a gasoline line, like when you want to blow up a house. It just goes from Australia all the way to California. Yeah. And then they light the match.
I mean, I'm sorry to hear all that, Cross. That's truly depressing.
It's, it's fine as long as you don't think about it or mention it. Oops. But it's I
vote.
I just wish it would be. I just wish there wasn't a weird virus. I wish I didn't have to worry about it. If we weren't living here, we wouldn't have to worry about it nearly as much. But we do.
I've just never felt so disconnected from pop culture as I do recently because my life just has not changed. I don't know if I said this on the last podcast too. It's very well I might have. I should probably watch every podcast before we. I should watch this one before we do the next one, just so I don't repeat myself again.
Yeah, that might have worked. I don't know.
But I just mean, my life has changed not at all since the virus has started, or since the pandemic started.
That's why I liked the yearly podcast, though, because your life always changed massively.
If anything, it's just getting more and more intense. There's more relationships happening and more shit's happening at work.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of things are happening in your life, Cube. You just can't talk about them, so... Because they involve people and be weird to talk about them on the internet.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. That's fucked up.
Every single time. Something crazy. Crazy.
Oh, one of the cool things I can talk about, I don't know if I talked about this on the last one, but I'm in a TV show pilot.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I mentioned that.
Hey, you messaged that to me.
Yeah, I am the flamboyant quarterback adopted son to a rich family. Who is snooty and looks down on poor people.
Nice.
It's pretty fun.
Upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to watch this at some point?
Yeah, show us.
I don't know if it's like a public thing.
Can it?
Because I had to sign an NDA to read the script.
Can you petition? Tell them that we can get tens of eyeballs on it.
Maybe once.
I bet I could get. Oh, if I announced it on my channel, I could get at least 20 people. I know I could get at least 20 people to watch that thing.
Well, there is a behind the scenes video of the production on YouTube.
Mm.
I'm not gonna link it because like it has my entire everything on it.
You're gonna link it to me though, right?
I mean, I can't. I can't do that to the viewers.
All right, then you won't link it to me.
I can't do that to the viewer.
Wink. Yeah, you can't do that to Drake.
just give it only to Drake.
Only to Drake, not Cross.
Yeah, only people here are allowed to see it.
Oh man, it was kind of funny though in the production, when they were setting up the cameras for the person I was working closest with. She's like a foot shorter than me, so they set up the camera, and I stepped into frame. They're like, God damn it, we gotta set this whole thing back up," because I was just taller, and they had to pull it back. It's fun
Isn't
though.
that why you're the quarterback though?
I got flipped off like 12 times. Yeah, just tall.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There's a part in the script where I get flipped off, and we had to practice it a couple times.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was like someone on the production just hated you.
Maybe. I don't think so though.
That's why they wrote the script that way.
There was some more fucking drama with that too, though. My God.
That you can't talk about?
I cannot
See?
talk about.
This is what I'm saying. You say that nothing has changed in your life. It's really just that you can't talk about it publicly.
I think I'm getting the college experience right here in the small town in Minnesota.
Nice.
Small town in Minnesota. Yeah. Hey, Taz, how's it going up in Canada?
Canada.
In Canada.
Wrong C.
Connecticut.
I'm not going to reveal where Taz lives if he doesn't want to reveal it.
Colorado.
I'm in the middle of the United States.
Quebec. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Quebec.
That's my favorite state.
The state of Quebec.
That
Wait, do
starts
you
with a
actually
C,
think
right?
Taz is Canadian?
No. I
Okay.
mean, listen.
He did the first
You
time.
didn't answer my question, Taz. Why are you dodging the question?
I don't know how Canada is going. I don't live there.
Incidentally, I don't know where the places I don't live in are doing.
What's the political socio-economic landscape? Like
Cold.
up in Oh,
Yeah. It's a syrup-based cold economy.
is it spooky enough? Is it sufficiently spooky enough?
No. Too polite.
Maybe.
So anyway, video games.
What are you gonna be for
think-
Halloween, Taz?
It's probably nothing.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I participated in Halloween in years.
I did actually want to ask what you guys were gonna be for Halloween, though. To Cross.
I already answered
the
you.
Plague Doctor, right?
What are you
Yeah.
doing, Cube?
Oh, I was planning on being a cowboy.
The scariest thing you could possibly be.
Oh, you don't want to know the picture I just pictured in my head.
I
It
kinda
was a
do.
cowboy of a certain type.
Okay, never mind. If Relic was here, then maybe I'd go with it, but
Just instantly the only type of cowboy. Oh, okay. And it'll attract a certain
Wink.
type, I'm sure.
oh, I already get those.
Yeah, you want 10 times more?
Assless chaps.
Aren't all chaps assless?
Yeah. I think I found that out from Dodger, and I told it to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think her husband went on a rant about that. Also, speaking about our close personal friend Dodger, she still streams, and her baby is like a human that can walk and talk and stuff, and it's adorable.
Yeah. She's grown up. What if she gets her own like channel?
Oh God.
Dodger could make mother-daughter let's plays. Oh, the wholesomeness is killing me already.
Yeah, she doesn't really do YouTube anymore. It's all Twitch. But her Twitch streams are actually watchable now. She used to like thank everyone who like followed and gave her money, and that was the entire stream. She couldn't talk for more than like 5 seconds without like ba-da-ding, ba-da-ding, ba-da-ding.
How'd she stop that?
She just stopped saying things every single time it happened.
Yeah.
Like it appears on screen. She just doesn't mention it.
Once you're big enough, you just have to not do that.
Yeah. Like you could at the like in like 10 or 20-minute intervals like thank everyone, but if you're too big, you can't even do that.
I usually do it at the end, but I have seen streams where the end chunk where they're thanking people is 2 hours long of them just
Yeah.
thanking, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Mhm.
They must have had to alter their policy or something at some point.
Yeah, and I always thank people immediately, but like, I get between 1 and 0 things a stream usually, so I can do it.
Well, it's the same thing with Twitch chat. At some point,
Yeah, you can't
when,
even.
when this podcast becomes super famous and we get thousands of viewers live, we're not going to be
Mhm.
able to read Drake's messages, expertly,
Well,
unless we like.
we used to not even read the chat though, because like it was a podcast. I remember one person got pissed off that we weren't looking at their thing, and we're like, it's a pod. Because we don't even need. We could turn off chat. We don't.
I like having it up there, but
Yeah.
you're right. Like sometimes you can't break the flow of conversation at some points. That being
Mhm.
said, hi Drake, how you doing? I'm glad.
No, you can't.
Welcome to the podcast.
Broke that. Yeah, it makes sense though. You got to go with the flow.
But yeah, I think we all know what's happening in each other's lives.
So Relic,
Cube.
what's going on in your life?
Oh God.
Oh
Damn.
look, it's the same answer I would have gotten if he was here. Got him.
Remember that time he answered? That was
Oh
weird.
shit! Yeah, that
That
really
threw me right the
We
hell
should have
off.
that be a highlight on the Wayne Q podcast. The time Relic answered, "How you doing?"
Oh, I am very, 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 very slowly editing your birthday stream from when you were 21.
How far away through are you, like percentage wise?
I'm not past Death by Daylight, which is the first game.
Oh.
But here's the thing: it's like a 6-hour stream. The goal is to only highlight parts involving drinking and you getting more and more drunk, so I'm able to cut out most of it.
Okay.
But because of that, I have to listen to virtually all of it.
Do you include like really funny bits? Or
Yes, if it's really funny, but you'd be
Okay.
surprised how little of those there are.
I
So,
can
yeah.
imagine.
And some of them are funny if you like have been watching the whole thing, but I if it's funny but requires context from a previous part,
Yeah.
gone. I can't.
Yeah.
But that'll be out hopefully before you're like 26.
Are you
we'll
gonna
see.
include the B part? You don't have to because I have.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
Of-
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's directly related to how drunk you are.
Okay. Just want to make
But
sure.
the fact that you forgot how to video game properly,
And it is
just
how
kept
one of
on-
the games ended. So
Yep. Yeah, no, that entire section is of course going in there.
that B meme still gets me to this day with like the sweating forehead.
The weird thing is, like, this entire time, I thought that Taz was the one talking to you, and it was Endorgan. And I guess if Endorgan talks with a slightly higher pitched voice, he sounds like Taz. It's weird. Not higher pitch. I don't know. He just sounded like excitable Taz.
Oh,
But it wasn't.
Excitable. Like Taz with
wasn't.
chutzpah, and after a full college course.
Yes, Taz with chutzpah is what it said.
You said energy. I thought that's isn't.
No, it works. That was just a weird word to pull from the ether. But yeah, there's the part at the beginning. You're just like, Taz, you don't have to
Taz.
talk in the chat. You can just talk in the chat.
I've shown that to like 4 or 5 of my IRL friends because I have the B keyboard that Buckus had sent me just mounted
Yes.
on my wall with command strips, and
Which, yeah, best, probably the best birthday present I've seen anyone get.
it's great. I feel like at some point that's gonna end up in like a glass cabinet or something.
It cost him like $100.
$190 plus shipping. So
Oh
like
my
230 at the end of it. And I saw that and I was just like, fucking Butkus. I still have the video of me first unboxing it. It has my ex in it, which is a little awkward, and my full
Yep.
face, but maybe I'll show that off at some point.
The only thing he regretted was making it. He was going to make it so every button typed in B, but apparently that would have been like an extra $100, and he's like, not worth it for the joke.
Yeah, I'm completely
It's not like
fine
he's
with
going to use it.
We could also do like a software thing where I'm sure I could change all my inputs to B on the keyboard, I'm sure. But every time my friends come over and they see it, and it takes them a second because it's in the corner of the room, they're like, hey, what the fuck is that? So I pull up on my projector setup, I pull up, set them all to B, and explain the Twitch stream, and then how Buck has sent it to me, and they're like, wow, that is... That's really fucking cool.
But yeah, I need that part. I need to convey the part where you just left for like half an hour and we were, the game was paused. You were the one streaming, so we just had to entertain people for like half an hour while you weren't there and we couldn't play any games.
I know exactly what I was doing too. I was just like talking shit with my mom and sister.
Yeah, weren't you like confessing that there's other things that you omitted during that video that I don't think I should include?
Yeah,
I'll have to go through, but it's important, so I'll pass it by you. Well, yeah, that's my little side project. But I only mentioned it because I was just thinking, like, when you said that, I was like, I should do a compilation of waiting. Oh, because then I was like, oh no, that's like 100 hours of audio. I'm not doing that.
A compilation of what?
Of waiting queue stuff.
Oh my god, man!
That would be
so much footage.
That would be terrible. That'd be absolutely terrible. But we could just have a montage of every single time we asked Relic how he was doing and his responses. And then end with the one where he actually answered.
Well, the only one you really have to do is, I mean, you don't have to look through all the footage. I'm sure there's a couple times where we jokingly ask him at the end of the podcast, but you just have to look at the first like 5 minutes of each podcast, then, right?
Yeah, but we're at the halfway mark. We should get to the many video game topics.
Wow, this is going by quicker than I thought it would. But what is Google Stadia cross science?
So I apparently, and you may not have heard this, Google Stadia is Google's answer to Steam. And I only mentioned it because I only know about it because Jim Sterling talked about it to be like, talk about their many stupid mistakes, which I don't even remember what they were. That's the only reason I heard of it. But I was looking up pictures because very soon it's going to be my channel's 10-year anniversary, which is insane. Damn. So my Patreon picture is going to be like all the games that I played. I want to get like one sprite from every game that I played, which is taking a long time. So when I got to Orcs Must Die 3 came out, and I was like, what? And then I looked it up, and I was like, wait, it already came out. And then I was like, how do I get it? And it said Google Stadia exclusive. And I lost my mind. Apparently, Google Stadia, like Epic Games, is trying to get exclusives. It makes me curious to look up what else they got, because that's a huge get as far as an indie game. Orcs Must Die was a pretty popular series. It had enough for a sequel, which also did pretty well. And the fact that they got that exclusive, pretty big deal. But like, I'm not gonna get Stadia. Like, get the hell out of here.
We co-opted the second game. That was fun.
Yep, we have the entire co-op video. That's where you're gonna get a cat named Cuddles was created during that video.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and but yeah, I was just shocked that it still existed, because we're gaming people. We're kind of tuned into gaming news, maybe not as much as we used to be.
I'm definitely.
And yeah, most people, we still haven't even heard of this damn thing. Like, there's no way it's doing well. It's gonna be gone. There's no way it's gonna succeed.
Well, the question is it gonna try to pivot to like a software focused thing like Steam and Epic Game Store are, or is it gonna remain like this disgusting keeper of these game IPs?
Well, here's the thing. I'm more okay with the keeping things exclusive as long as it's not permanent. If the developer is getting more money, like Hades was exclusive to Epic Games for 1 year. It's the only game I bought on Epic Games. Every other one I got for free. They used that time as an early access period, and the game got so much better because of that early access. Like, they basically did everything right. Like, the whole idea of early access that it was supposed to be, they did what it was supposed to be, as opposed to what people actually do. And then when it got released on Steam and what is it, Switch, rave gigantic reviews, partially because they workshopped it with so many people early on. I'm fine with that.
That's really interesting. They played Epic Game Store by using that 1 year period just to buff the game and put out like an incomplete one. Is that a phone?
I didn't move the phone out of the room. I'm just gonna mute my mic for a second.
I haven't heard a landline phone ring in so
long. I know. Damn it. All right, I'll be right back. Move that downstairs.
You good? No, the second game was a lot of fun though, but the third one, I'm just waiting for that to get ported to Steam or something like that, so then we can play it.
But I don't get
There's been no advertising for either of these things.
No, How is someone as big as a fan of Orcs Must Die as me didn't know about that until a random Google search? Like, what the hell?
Google Stadia, they probably just assumed Google would spread by word of mouth or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the other thing. Why don't they just put like a tiny ad for Stadia above Google? It'd be like more popular than Steam instantly. Probably not, but people know what it was at least.
Well, Stadia's $80 too. Like, who the fuck? Who's gonna invest?
Well,
I don't know.
so you have to wait a bit. So it's not like Steam. You actually have to buy the service.
Well, you buy the Google Stadia Premier Edition, and that's $80, and then they ship it out to you, and then it's like a controller.
So it's so I still, even talking about it, apparently had no idea what this thing was. I thought it was just like Steam. Wow.
I see what you mean. Okay.
So, and it looks like all the games that they're showing here, except for Orcs Must Die, are games that are on other systems. So, except for maybe Super Bomber Online. Well, that could be cool. It's a Bomberman Online game.
Oh, Stadia Pro is like a software version only. So it's like a Game Pass. So that's the confusion there. And so they're not doing a good idea. They're not doing a very good job at marketing this either, because this is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just make the money off the game license? You don't charge for the service. No one's gonna like Celeste. Who's gonna Celeste you can get for like $5 on Steam, and you don't just pay for the thing. If you got like that bundle that came, the one that gave like 500 games, it was in there.
Yeah.
Like,
were they just trying to copy Microsoft? Because Microsoft had the Xbox, and then they introduced the Game Pass at $1 to hook people in. A fucking $1. That was so good.
That makes sense because it's a console that you're already gonna like want in your home. You can charge for the online, I guess. But like, So no, this is even stupider than I thought it was.
Google Stadia, you can buy it. It's the controller and like sort of a hardware setup. It's a lot like the cloud gaming thing. What is cloud gaming on live? It's kind of like that, I guess.
Yeah, part of me is bothered by Steam's monopoly, but like this isn't gonna do anything. I doubt Epic is actually cut into their share at all, because as long as it's not exclusive on the platform, you can just wait. Like people are playing Hades now.
I want Orcs Must Die 3 though. Why can't we just have that? Is it even any good?
I don't know.
I saw 7 out of 10.
Oh, IGN 7 out of 10. So it's probably
all right. Well, what did the other ones get? Because if they also got 7 out of 10, it sounds like I'm gonna like it. But if they got more, that could be a problem.
Let's see. Well, 2 was pretty well received, if I remember correctly. 9 out of 10 on Steam.
That's a 9 out of 10. And a 5 out of 5 on it. All right. And then Orcs Must Die 1.
Well, before Orcs Must Die 3, they had that weird, like, Battle Royale thing, or whatever it was, or the tower defense.
Yes. We had plans to play that. I don't think we ever did.
That was Orcs Must Die Unchained, I believe.
Yes.
And then they rebooted it, and nobody still played it or something.
Yeah.
It was a pretty sad state of affairs, unfortunately. It was a fun game, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Drake's got it.
So I don't know if I trust the ratings quite yet. I could see how people control the ratings because it's on Stadia. But I don't know if that's true, but that type of stuff does happen.
I see.
But, that's not a great sign if it got lower than the other games. It just needed to be the exact same thing, but different traps and different maps, and I would have been fine.
Maybe a little bit more polish.
Yeah, maybe more another character, like more like 4-player would be great.
Well, it's
be fine with it.
Google Stadia nonetheless is still just splitting up the market even more. So developers are dying.
Apparently they only have one exclusive, so it doesn't matter. Every other game I saw is on other stuff.
I wonder if this is gonna mess up Orcs Must Die 3's launch date or something if it comes out on Steam.
Well, and that's the other thing, is that like it is very obvious that what Epic Game or the Hades guys, I forgot, Super Giant Games. It's very obvious that didn't hurt their launch, doing what they did. So it might not. You never know.
Well, Hades did wonderfully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was #1 selling on Switch for a bit, which is crazy. Like it was, people are buying it instead of the Mario games for a little bit. Yeah, this is a great game. But no, that's basically it. Stadia's, even more stupid. I don't know who it's for. It's kind of just like this when Steam tried to make like a console thing. I do know one person who got it, but I don't know anyone else who used it. But this one person had like a projector that like made a gigantic screen on their wall, so they were a weirder already. But they were able to play their entire Steam library with their Steam controllers and whatnot.
That's kind of what I have, a projector. I set it up on one of those Home Depot roller blinds. So
Yeah.
calling me a weirdo like that, or is he just a weirdo who happens to do the same?
I think you're a weirdo if you do that, and you also get the weird Steam controllers.
Oh, I almost bought one for $5, but I was like, am I actually gonna use this? No.
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
Yeah, it's a weird controller too because it needs to mimic a mouse and a controller.
Yeah. I remember watching a video on the limitations of it. It's pretty good for FPS, I think.
Yeah.
Better than analog stick, of course. But I have the Steam Link, and it's just sitting on my shelf doing nothing.
Yeah, we played Rocket League and that game where the star-crossed lover ship one where you're piloting the ship through space.
Oh, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
That's the one, and it worked just fine. But yeah.
It's a fun game. I'm fucking terrible at it. I should play with a Relic.
Yeah, we could.
Only the Gainatsu robot voice.
Nope, I'm out. Good luck with that.
Yeah, man, the shields.
He's just gonna switch it to be the yes, darling voice.
Oh man,
the hello, it's gonna be a bait and switch.
And then you guys are gonna join in, also doing the voice, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm scrapping this.
And you're gonna be like, all right, recording cancel, and be like, oh no, it's not, and then it goes on my channel.
You somehow hack onto my computer, take the footage, and combine it.
I'll be recording too. Yeah,
so Taz, what's going up on your channel?
Wait, we're not even at the end of the podcast.
It's 20 minutes left, Cube.
You have like 2 more topics, even though one of them is extremely nebulous.
Yeah, you gotta have it up there. The ominous gaming news. Microsoft's buying spree. Yeah, they bought Minecraft, and then they bought Bethesda. What if they become the next Disney?
I wanted you to say more things that happened like 10 years ago. Yeah, they bought Minecraft. That was the first one. That was at least like 2015, right?
That was a bit ago. That was quite a while ago. But I'm bringing that up because one of my coworkers mentioned Minecraft in the buyout, and they're like, people are worried about making any Elder Scrolls or any other Bethesda IP going exclusive.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that to Minecraft, and my response to that would be, they would have been hated if they had done that. If they just locked Minecraft away.
It's just free money. They put Minecraft on everything.
They ported it to consoles before they sold it to Microsoft, I believe. Pretty sure.
And then Telltale made the story adventure mode of it, and then became destroyed.
Yeah. They just had too many projects, if I remember correctly. They just took on too much, and they couldn't focus on any of it.
Yeah, the videos on Telltale's destruction is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Because it really didn't need to happen. It was pretty bad. But I didn't even get through the Walking Dead games. Something happened that made it like very obvious that most of my choices didn't matter, and it completely turned off.
Yeah, at some point I went from, I'm changing the story, because, it literally tells you the story changes to how you play it, which is, oh, man.
But no,
at some point I just started looking at it like a book, kind of. You just turn the page.
I mean, I think the first one, The Walking Dead's still the best.
The first one? It's very good.
Well, it was the one where, like, there was, like, an old man that I was supposed to save or not save, and then I got an achievement that made it very obvious that he was going to die no matter what I did. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, they even coded an achievement. Wouldn't that be cool, though, if they had multiple different achievements for each branching storyline?
Yes, and then the illusion would have been preserved. But,
God, that's pretty damn early into the game, too.
God, I failed a thing that, like, 87% of people succeeded at, too, because I'm like a freaking moron. It's like, bear trap. I'll just keep on hitting the chain with the shovel. It'll break eventually. Because every single time I hit it with the shovel, it was a different animation. And eventually one of the other guys is like, I don't think that's working. I was like, oh no, and then I started doing the right things, and the zombies just came and ate the guy. And then at the end, just like it might have been higher than 80%. It might have been like 93% of the people weren't stupid enough to just hit a bear trap chain with a shovel until you realized it wasn't doing anything.
With a shovel, huh? Or was it an
Yeah.
axe? I think it was an axe.
It might have been an axe. Not much better considering it's
Not
a chain.
really, yeah.
Like
The axe
it's
is
a
also...
little bit better to be fair. But I just like that they took the time to make a different animation every time to make me think it was doing something, and then be like, "Nah, buddy." Like that was good design.
I just wish we had more games like that. In fact, a lot of people like the Game of Thrones Telltale game. I really like the first episode. The last 4 episodes were kind of downhill a little bit for me.
Bad ratio.
Yeah, it's but it kind of felt like they front loaded it a little bit, which is it's alright. But I wanted to go back and play the old Game of Thrones game that they had before Telltale got the rights to it and before Game of Thrones blew up.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
And I'm talking about like blew up in popularity and then burnt out before it could finalize.
That was gonna. You can tell just because of like the weird mobile games and weird apps and weird other things that like there were so many companies that are like, this is gonna, after it ends, it's still gonna be a giant property for like years to come.
Yeah.
And it just all deflated because the creators just stopped caring.
If the writers just handed off the show, I think they could have probably done so much better if they just gave it up to somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, even at that point, just let the corporate hacks take it, and I'm sure they'd be 10 times better. Even just talking to George R.R. Martin. Anyway, we could talk about the Game of Thrones shenanigans for hours. We could have a whole podcast dedicated to that if we needed to.
Even though this is weird order, do we want? Because I don't think there is any gaming news. There's no news in gaming.
No. It's overshadowed by other news.
Yeah. Do we want to say what we've been playing? Or?
Yeah, we can do that. That's actually a really good idea. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, Taz, what have you been playing?
Yeah, I was talking to Taz when I said that after you
on the
previously
spot.
finished
Yeah,
talking.
talking to Taz.
It's weird, but
What have I been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing, Taz?
I mean, we've all been playing Fall Guys.
oh,
That
man,
is
Maybe
true.
a
It is
little
fun
bit
game.
less recently, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Taz and I played last night, and we both got to the final round.
It's true.
yeah, you guys are so much better at it than I am because you played it, and then the whole player base is just already so much better, which is pretty sad.
Yep. Yeah, it's gotten to the point where some races that are like easy, if you make one or like you make 2 mistakes, there's a decent chance you're not going to win.
Oh, God, not to mention the final like crown rush race where you have to go through that obstacle course. Some people
I've only
can
won
just
that
do
once.
that now. They can just do it with their eyes closed, I'm sure.
Well, there are people that have won like well over 100 crowns, which is insane.
Jeez.
Also, did you see there's an achievement for winning 5 times in a row?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I would have that displayed on my Steam page beautifully.
Mm-hmm. I bet the only people that have that are hackers.
They've been doing updates to it, right? New levels.
There
and stuff?
has been one major update.
Oh, just one?
Yep.
Well, that's fair. It's a pretty small team, I think.
It is, but like that's the type of game you need to put fresh content in it. And they did so well. Like I'd probably hire a few more people.
Yeah.
I don't know, because they're definitely bleeding players.
Well, that's what you think. Do they have like a big publisher behind them, or is it just the company?
I think it's just them.
Okay. Yeah, they should definitely fucking do that then because they need to.
And I don't know if anyone's buying the microtransactions because I've never seen a game like. I mean, you sometimes see people with costumes that they definitely had to pay for, but like usually those costumes eventually become free. So.
Well, they also had a Sonic crossover, so they must have been talking to Sega, right?
Oh my god! I don't know if they need permission to use the character or not in their game. They might.
Are they selling it? Because if they are, I assume so.
I think just for the crowns. So
Okay.
if they're selling it for crowns, that's not, you can't actually buy crowns with money. So
Okay.
But yeah, I played games where there's like 8 freaking Sonics running around. It's ridiculous.
Falling over on their ass and
Yeah. Go mildly quick.
it's a fun one. Yeah. What
I'm half Sonic, half hot dog. Yeah.
Chili dogs.
You got chili dog.
They also released a new Jackbox game with Quiplash 3, so I'm gonna buy that and maybe we can stream that sometime. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh
Maybe
boy.
like a Halloween stream or something if we're around.
Well, I might be very drunk and a plague doctor during that, but
Oh yeah, right. Well, we'll figure it out at some point.
mhm.
Well, I've been playing Metro Exodus. I actually finished it, played through it. I really liked Metro 2033, and I kind of like Last Light, but they're not the best survival games. If I'm being honest, I think I liked Resident Evil 7 better than Metro, and like Fallout better than Metro.
I'm not familiar with this game.
It's a first-person shooter survival game, so I don't think you
Blech.
would be. Yeah.
No.
It's like Russian Fallout.
Yeah, but
And
the plot
you're in
line.
the Russian subways.
Yeah, kind of actually. Yeah, it's based off of a book series, and you can actually see the book like in the game as an asset, just sitting on shelves. It's kind of funny.
Creepy.
Yeah, but they open up the story with a plot point that just kind of made me like it's one of those plot points you have to accept for the story to move forward. Otherwise, it just all falls apart. Which is kind of sad, but
Does it happen right at the beginning?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. First
Tell me what
mission.
the plot. Tell me what the plot
I
point.
can't.
It's right at the beginning. It's right. It's right.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
listen. This is the spooky spoiler pumpkin. If you don't want spoilers for Metro Exodus, then this is the pumpkin right here.
Mm.
Okay. When this pumpkin gets smaller, it's the spoiler pumpkin. All right, so what happens in the beginning of Metro Exodus is that you find out that there are actually other civilizations alive. The whole world is actually still alive, and Moscow has been secluded because they're radar jammers that were blocking all radio transmissions, and they were stuck in the metro. And yeah, so it kind of makes you look back on the other two games with like, oh no, the entire world is alive, and it kind of eats away at the atmosphere when you're up above the world and you're like, oh, so alone and desolate. And you're like, nah, there's just people over there beyond the horizon. Yeah.
So
you know
that's
what I mean?
gotta be retconned as hell, right?
Oh, 100%. But it's all an excuse to like drive a train across the landscape. So it's pretty cool though. I kind of like it. Yeah. Anyway.
Fair enough. Now the pumpkin is hidden behind a cube.
Spoiler pumpkin is gone.
Oh no, but it's still there. People are gonna think that spoilers are happening for the rest of the podcast.
Oh. And
I don't know.
All right.
No one stopped listening.
I mean, other than that, I played Sands of Salazar. That's a fun. It's like Mount and Blade Warband, but top down and a lot more focus on your character involved in the battles.
Okay.
So it's still in early access though, and needs some work.
Yeah, I could play Bannerlords now. I just realized that.
You could, or you can just wait for it to come out of early access, which you probably should.
I'm gonna do that.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Because you got it for me on my birthday, and I tried to play it on my old computer, and it was extremely laggy during the character creation screen. And I was like, I'm not going to proceed trying to play this.
That's not a spoiler pumpkin, by the way. You don't have to worry. It's just normal pumpkin now.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
They unmuted.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I have been playing the extremely new release, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, dude.
Because at some point, I don't remember when, but Epic Games just gave it away for free. And it's great, and I love it. And I'm surprised by how much I love it, considering I really didn't gel with Grand Theft Auto 4 at all.
I can see that.
Yeah, I didn't. The character was kind of meh. You know what really screwed me over in Nico
Bellic.
In GTA 4, people kept on calling me and asking me to hang out. It was terrible. And I felt obligated to do it. And then we'd go and shoot pool or something. And if I wasn't really good at pool, I wouldn't even get credit for it. And then I'd leave. And then someone else would ask me to like go out for drinks for them. And it happened like every 20 minutes. And I felt obligated to actually do it. And eventually I just ended up like hiding in my house watching television for like half an hour. And then I think I stopped playing the game forever. I did like 2 storyline missions.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Nico, let's go bowling.
Hey, Nico.
But like, it felt like I shouldn't say no because like they had like a relationship thing and it would go like down. Like,
and you wanted to see the content, I assume, at some point.
Yes. So like I took a girl bowling and I didn't do good enough. And then I got no credit for it because she wasn't impressed by my bowling. Because that's how a date goes, right? You
Oh,
go
yeah.
bowling and your date beats you, and they're like, I really wanted him to beat me, so now I'm not gonna. I don't care about him. He's bad at bowling, and then
Never
you get
seeing
no
him
credit for it.
again.
Yeah, and then I spent like half an hour doing something I didn't want to do. Also, I like drove a car at like a medium speed and crashed, and I flew through the windshield. I'm like, why? Why are you
Where are
making it
those
more
seatbelts?
realistic? Yeah, that can happen in Grand Theft Auto 5, but you have to be driving so fast to fly out the windshield.
Oh, GTA 5, I haven't played it myself, but I have it on Epic Game Store as well if you want to try out the multiplayer mode together sometime.
Yeah, we can all do heists.
Yeah, we can do like a stream on it or something. That'd actually be a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
should
fun.
do that.
Holy shit.
It is good, and the story mode is worth playing. I really didn't like Travis at first, but he's actually grown on me a little bit just because of his interaction. Like once he starts interacting with the other characters, it's kind of good.
Okay, he gets like a character arc, I assume.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if he had an arc. He's like this crazy hillbilly who's always at 11. Like that's why he was getting to me. Like he never calmed down. But I'll just say one minor story thing. There's a part because you play as there's 3 different characters and one of them's like a gangbanger. And like Travis just shows up like meeting the gangbanger for the first time, and he's like talking to like his other gang member, and Travis is like, "Ooh, what are we doing?" And they're like, "You're not part of the gang." He's like, "We got a thing to do." He's like, "Ooh, I love things. We should go on the things." And then he just follows you around on like this gang thing. And when the other gang attacks you, like many of them are just like, "Who's this creepy ass white dude? Like, why is he shooting at us? Like, what's happening? He's not supposed to be here."
Why is he with them?
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm starting to like this character a little bit more. It's like I like things. Let's do the illegal things. It's great. But yeah, it's a technical masterpiece, that game. It really feels like there's enough cars and people going around at all time that seem like they're going places, even though if you look, they probably aren't. That it seems like an active, bustling city. People are talking on the cell phone all the time. They stop to talk to each other. It's to the point where I feel bad if I accidentally kill someone because they're just like going about their life and then I accidentally run them over. It's great.
I'm sure people spent months, if not years of their lives making it seem that way, I'm sure.
The detail, it really is the details. When you look at a house, none of the houses are half-assed. You look at the outside of buildings and like there's posters, but then you see like torn off pieces of the posters that used to be there, just like in any city.
Yeah.
You have a cell phone, and Travis's cell phone has a giant crack in it because he probably threw it. Like just details like that. There's so many. I don't really like the shooting though. Oh god, phone.
Third person shooting. It's better than first person. You can actually do first person though if you wanted to.
I don't think it would be better.
We should have a stream where one of the fundraising goals is Cross has to play GTA 5 for an hour in first person mode only.
Why?
Because you'll suffer.
The content of that game is a bit much for me to do for the channel, or possibly even stream sometimes. There was actually there's like this torture scene, and that one actually got to me. They're like forcing me to torture a guy. I did not like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. But in the old Grand Theft Autos, if you wanted to shoot someone, you just went kind of close to them and hit the lock-on button, and then the bullets would go into their body. And that was how I liked it. Like the shooting didn't matter. But now you actually need to be good at shooting, so meh. But yeah.
Wow.
Driving's great.
Have you played any other games?
I mean Fall Guys, obviously. Carrion. I'm doing it for my channel.
God, I really want to play that one.
It's so good, Cube. You have to get it. Just buy it. It's $15. Just buy it.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't beaten it yet. For all I know, it's not that long, but like, I don't care. Like, it feels really good to move around. That's why it's so awesome. Because like, you hit up and like a bunch of your tentacles just go, and you just crawl on the walls. You can like grab a person and just like slam them around the environment so fast. It was like just throw them.
Oh. I think I heard about the game a while ago. I put it on my wish list. I think I was waiting for it to get out of early access. Yeah, you're doing a Let's Play on it right now, and your first part is up on your channel. Twitch.tv/Cross.
Twitch.tv/YouTube crossnights.com. Because it's
313.
33134. Deep cut reference there. Yeah, it's good. The humans get cut in half really easily though. And I know it's because they had to program it so that when you grabbed them, you could cut them in half. But like, a door like landed lightly on a person, and I just got cut in half. I'm like,
Just like in real life.
yeah, just like in real. Sometimes you're just walking along, and your torso falls off, and that's it. Your life is over.
Just ends.
It's very, very short, tragic life.
I've been playing Bullets Per Minute. That's been a fun game. Imagine Doom, but it's a rhythm shooter.
Oh.
Yeah, so you want to shoot to the beat, you want to reload to the beat, so it gets this really cool thing where it's like poof, 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 poof. Just making
That's
music
cool.
and shit, and you dash roll, and everything makes music. Of course, the enemies also shoot to the beat, so you have to dodge. It's good stuff.
So
Check it out. It's called BPM Bullets Per Minute.
That's something I might even be interested in.
It's a
not for
first-person
$19,
shooter.
but yeah. So it's like Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, kinda, a little bit.
The
Except
roguelike.
First-person shooter.
Yeah. Among Us, we should definitely play Among Us, guys.
I don't know if I can, Cube.
That's right. You don't like the stressfulness of it.
It's so stressful. You have to lie to people in real time. I can't do it.
Not if you play with me, because I am so bad at that part that people just ignore me at some point.
Well, yeah, and 203 is incapable of lying to people. Like, those games where like you have the choice of lying or not?
Yeah.
She would never lie.
Well,
so
if you can handle the stress of Trouble in Terrorist Town, you could probably do Among Us. You didn't like Trouble in Terrorist Town, though, too much.
No, but that was because I was bad at shooting. The only time I could kill you is if you gave me a shotgun and told me to shoot you, and then I shot you.
Cross. It was a test of friendship.
But then I was paralyzed by laughter, and Yoshi called me out because I did it in front of like 5 people. I still watch that clip. You can tell I'm laughing so hard because my mouse is moving up and down slightly.
That shit still happens to me. With the other, like with the group that I played Among Us in, we were all stacked on an objective, and one of the people like murdered somebody, and it was pretty obvious because the killer like instant transmissions to the person they kill for the animation. Yeah. But then my friend Dan, he was like, "Yeah, it was Kenny," and I was like, "Why'd you call me Kenny?" Also, no, it wasn't me. And, then they all voted me out of the airlock, and I died. Even though it obviously wasn't me, he was just bullshitting. And, like, they listened. I think the traitor won.
Well, that's the other thing is that, like, social dynamics are going to massively affect the game, too, if people aren't being objective.
Which is fine. So. Honestly, I have more fun playing games like Cards Against Humanity and Trouble in Terrorist Town with a group who likes to bullshit. It's just more fun.
Yes.
Also, I just saw here, PS4 and PS5 get exclusive Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies mode. That's sad.
That's fair.
Sorry, this is quite a turn there, but yeah, we should play GTA or whatever, or Among Us, or I don't know, something.
Start downloading it now because it's 100 gigabytes.
Well, I mean, I downloaded Guild Wars 2, so
delete it.
I probably should. I mean, so what's going up on your channel, Cross?
So for the last like 2 months, I've been playing only 2 games as my channel free falls into irrelevancy due to a combination of me completely ganking the algorithm myself and just Let's Plays becoming less prominent and children going to other apps instead of YouTube and playing games that I know that my my subscribers are not interested in, but I want to play them because I want to play them. But so the Cardia is it's a turn-based role-playing game. That's basically me just reading a story and then doing some fights. I really like it. That's been going on for a long time, and that still has like 8 parts left. And then BioShock 2. I'm finally playing it because my old computer was not capable of playing it. And I'm playing it and with 60 I love 60 frames now too. It's oh god.
You don't need Games for Windows Live anymore, do you?
No. So the little sisters actually talk because the first time I played it, I just murdered all the little sisters. I felt nothing for them. They never talked to me.
I think I've explained that whole clusterfuck of Games for Windows Live unpatching the Steam version.
Yeah, repatching in a bug that they were trying to patch out of it every time. Amazing. But also defending the little sister sucks. It's the worst part of BioShock 2. I wish I didn't rely on that mechanic. It's the that. By the way, we didn't even talk about the stupid Avengers game. That Avengers game is entirely based on defending points. It's like that one mode in Warframe, but like that's most of the
You
game.
just sit on your ass and wait for the enemies. At least in Warframe, you
Yeah.
could just like push 4 and it would just nuke everybody around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that's like at least 30 to 40% of the game, from what I understand, is sitting on those points. Taz and I were going to play it together, but they forced me to go through like a 3-hour tutorial story thing before it went to multiplayer, and I ran out of time.
Are you talking about Warframe or are you talking about the Avengers game?
Talking about the Avengers game.
Okay.
It's very sad.
The Avengers, that would have been a really fun one-player game. I
like a
hope
free
it goes
beta
free to play, because then we
weekend.
should actually play it a little bit. I bet it'll be fun for like 3 hours.
I thought you were talking about the beta. I see.
Yeah, you could just it was trying to get people interested in it, but like the second I got to the defend point, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
You like the defending part too?
It's a part of the game.
Well, the thing is, I have a feeling that most of the online stuff is that, and then you'll join with like
I don't think so. 3
other Captain America. From what I hear, it is. There's a little bit of traveling, but most of it's defending those points.
The main thing is there seems to be no reason to play it over like Warframe.
Yeah, if it was one-player story mode with that gameplay, it would have been a good game. But anyway, also Carrion's on my channel, the game we just talked about. That's it. I would like to get back to the point where I'm playing more than 2 games, but that's probably not going to happen for a very long time. So
well, you got to sort out life. Life is turbulent for not only you but tons of other people.
Yes.
So
and if I live in a van, it's possible my channel just won't happen. We might not be able to figure out how to make that work. So
having a computer running on a van, yeah, that could.
Well, we bought a laptop.
Over.
It's next to me now, but like, how am I gonna upload it? Like, so we'll see.
Time moves. Time waits for no man.
What's going up on your channel, Q?
I've actually been editing a Let's Play of In Sound Mind. It's a standalone game from the developer of Nightmare House 2. So it's pretty interesting. It's based off of like a psychological trauma. I think I mentioned this last time we did a podcast too, but I'm slowly making my way through it, editing it, and the recording is finished. But I'm a slow fucking editor because I'm just like, I'm gonna take a nap first, and then I fall asleep for 8 hours, and then I don't wake up, and I work, and I'm late to work. Yeah,
that's why you set an alarm.
I would actually like to record something else too, but I have to run that by you, Cross, before that.
So when are you guys gonna play Earth Defense Force?
I mean, I was thinking about we could.
That would be fun to do though.
Yeah, I just wonder we could do it. We could do it with I don't know, 2 or 3 might play it. I'm trying to think who would be the most likely.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Taz? You got anything?
No, what's on your channel?
Going on?
If I'm not gonna be lazy, I could edit my streams, I guess, and put highlights on my channel.
Well, what about your stream? You could just talk about your stream too.
I play everything.
I see.
I'm not very consistent. I play a lot of random stuff all the time.
When's the last
You
time
played
you
a
streamed?
Resident Evil game with Relic.
Yeah, we were doing that. I streamed Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
That's cool.
I replaced UQ. It's okay.
Oh, I still have recordings of that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that game. It's not as good as I remembered.
It's kind of funny because recently Relic said that he replaced Cube with Taz, so I don't know how you.
I mean, what am I gonna do about that? If he wants to, he can go for it. I'm not gonna like be offended, I guess.
The point was to offend you.
Oh,
Can't just not be
well,
offended.
shit. I'm sorry to. God
I'm
damn.
sorry for not being offended.
Taz,
God, I'm
you're
offended.
no longer welcome on the way.
Because he wants to hang out with you more, and you're never around, Q.
I try.
And to be fair, I'm not around that much either. So, I know Relics wanted to do stuff with me, but it's like I always feel like I should be doing work or working on the channel. Like I almost never don't feel that way. So it's hard to hang out.
Life happens and pandemics and work, babies. vans.
So many babies.
So it's too many babies. Stop.
Yeah, we're just trying to take care of our
baby.
children, people.
Cross has 7 children. And on that bombshell.
Just donate them to the Coronavirus Cure Foundation.
Oh, God. This has been the
They'll
Way to
solve
Cure
your
podcast for 10/23/2020. Thanks so much for joining me, Taz and Kraus.
No problem. Donate your kids.
for
I
having
will
me.
see you guys on the next episode next year, maybe. You
Yep.
guys take it easy. Thanks for
Yep.
watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.